Next on the team,
Yes.
Caitlinclark.
Next up on the roster, Caitlinclark, and brace yourselves, because Tiger Woods, the man who has witnessed every triumph, meltdown, and record-shattering swing in golf history, froze like the scoreboard itself had gone haywire. Why? Because Caitlinclark, the basketball legend, the WNBA star who dominates every court she steps on, just walked onto a golf course and shattered records that pros have been chasing for decades. The crowd, losing their minds. The media, scrambling as if the apocalypse had arrived. Seriously, how did she even do this? Be honest. If Caitlinclark went full-time in the LPGA, would she dominate just like she does in basketball? Drop your hot takes below. It all started quietly, almost laughably so. The RSM Classic Prom was supposed to be a low-key, fun event, a handful of pros, a few celebrities, and some casual competition. Nothing serious. Then someone glanced at the player list and their jaw dropped. The name Caitlinclark glared back at them. That's when calm turned into full-blown chaos. Tickets that had been gathering dust for weeks, gone in hours. Fans weren't buying them for Tiger, or even the LPGA stars. They wanted to see her. The woman who flipped the WNBA upside down was stepping onto a golf course for the first time. Front row seats, sold out instantly. By sunrise, fans lined up wearing Caitlinclark jerseys, not golf polos, not hats, real basketball jerseys. The entire scene looked more like an Indiana Fever home game than a golf tournament. Originally, the event wasn't even going to be televised, but emails and social media messages flooded the organizers. How can we watch Caitlin? Can we come? Can you live stream it? Within hours, cameras were rolling, broadcast teams were scrambling, and the buzz online reached a fever pitch. The LPGA, sensing the storm about to hit, paired her with their current #1 golfer, a move that would only add fuel to the fire. One announcer quipped, "Welcome to the first crossover in sports history, basketball meets birdies." Then came the moment that will be remembered for years. The announcer's voice echoed across the course, from the University of Iowa, now representing the Indiana Fever, "Please welcome Caitlinclark." You could almost hear the wind stop. Thousands went silent. She strode to the tee, calm, smiling like this was just another practice session. But instead of a basketball, she wielded a driver. She looked down the fairway, inhaled deeply, and swung. The impact? Perfect. Sharp. Clean. Loud enough to make Tiger Woods lift an eyebrow. The ball launched like it had a personal GPS, landing 270 yards down the fairway, dead center. The crowd erupted. Screams, claps, cameras flashing, phones recording. Tiger Woods muttered under his breath, "That's the best first swing I've ever seen from a non-pro." Even Steph Curry, known to dabble in golf himself, tweeted almost immediately, "Caitlinclark might just be better than me at this point." The internet exploded. Within minutes, Caitlinclark golf was trending worldwide. ESPN hailed her as the most natural crossover athlete since Michael Jordan, and Golf Digest ran the headline, "Caitlinclark just changed golf forever." And the kicker? She wasn't even taking it seriously. A reporter mentioned she just wanted to relax and have fun. Right. Caitlin's version of relaxing apparently involves breaking world records. Meanwhile, the LPGA handled everything flawlessly, something the WNBA couldn't quite manage this season. As the golf world went wild, there was another side to the story. Those familiar WNBA names who couldn't stop talking about her all season, AJ Wilson, Angel Ree, and a few others, suddenly went silent. Fans noticed immediately. Funny how Caitlin's breaking golf records and all her so-called rivals went ghost, one commenter wrote. They had time to throw shade all season, but no time to say congrats. That silence says it all. Meanwhile, the LPGA pros were showing her the respect she deserved. Nelly Korda, one of the top golfers in the world, walked up after her round and said simply, "You belong here." Maria Fazy added, "Caitlin's energy is pure. She brings something we've been missing." In basketball, she was often treated like a threat. In golf, she's a teammate. Then came the hole that cemented her legendary status. Hole 7, a par 4 notorious even for PGA pros. Everyone expected Caitlin to play it safe, but safe isn't in her vocabulary. She lined up, swung, and the ball soared with purpose, landing perfectly on the green and rolling 2 inches from the cup. The crowd gasped. Commentators went silent. Phones flew. Tiger Woods clapped. She finished the round 13 under par, breaking the previous Pro-Am record. One could almost hear the disbelief echoing across the course. This was a basketball star, making golf look ridiculously easy. And then, naturally, the business side hit. The moment her name appeared on the roster, ticket demand skyrocketed by 1,200%. Sponsors called non-stop. Brands wanted her for golf commercials, apparel deals, tech partnerships. Within a week, she signed multiple major sponsorships, one with a sportswear giant, one with a golf equipment brand, and even a streaming service to document her training. In just one weekend, Caitlin turned casual golf into a multi-million-dollar opportunity. Back in the WNBA, the silence was deafening. Their season might have been over, but fans noticed every quiet post, every ignored tweet, every missing congratulations from AJ Wilson and Angel Ree. Meanwhile, the LPGA and the golf world understood something the WNBA hadn't. Caitlin Clark is attention, money, and fans incarnate. You can't silence that, you celebrate it. And she handled it perfectly. When asked about the silence from other players, she simply smiled. I'm focused on what makes me happy. Competing, no matter the sport. Classic Caitlin, confident, cool, and just a touch savage. Her parents watched from the sidelines. Her mom said, every time she picks up something new, she gives her heart to it. Her dad laughed, we stopped being surprised a long time ago. Different sport, same ending. Caitlin walks in, shatters records, and walks out like it's nothing. Fans, sponsors, media, everyone was in awe. Merchandise sales skyrocketed overnight. Social media exploded. Golf networks saw record ratings. Casual fans tuned in, not because Caitlin was flashy, but because she made competition look exhilarating again. The internet, meanwhile, roasted the WNBA for ignoring their star while she dominated in a completely different sport. One league promotes talent, the other drama. By the end of the weekend, Caitlin Clark had not just played golf, she'd changed it. She'd shifted attention, money, and influence across sports. She proved that talent doesn't belong to a single arena, it belongs to the person brave enough to dominate wherever they step. And the WNBA? They were left watching from the sidelines. Suddenly, the chatter stopped. Total Radio
in a previous video how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
That silence screams louder than any press release. Meanwhile, the LPGA pros were practically rolling out the red carpet. Nelly Korda, one of the world's top golfers, strolled over after Caitlin's round and said, "You belong here." Short, simple, but weighty. Maria Fazi chimed in for reporters. Caitlin's energy is pure. She brings something the sport has been missing. In basketball, she was a threat. In golf, she's a teammate. And then came the shot that went straight into legend. Hole 7, a par 4 that even seasoned PGA pros flinch at. Everyone expected Caitlin to play it safe. Cute thought. Caitlin Clark doesn't know the meaning of safe. She lined up, swung, and the ball rocketed as if it had an agenda of its own, rolling perfectly onto the green and stopping mere inches from the cup. The crowd collectively lost it. Phones flew, cameras flashed, gasps, screams, the full stadium chaos. Tiger Woods clapped like a proud father watching someone else's child master the game. Caitlin finished the round 13 under par. Pause and let that sink in. 13 under, from someone whose other job is raining three-pointers on basketball courts. Tiger Woods later told reporters, "That was one of the cleanest, most confident swings I've ever seen from someone outside professional golf. Coming from me, that's huge." Of course, the business side hit immediately. The instant Caitlin Clark's name appeared on the roster, ticket demand skyrocketed by 1,200%. Sponsors were calling non-stop. Brands wanted her for commercials, apparel deals, even tech collabs. Within days, she reportedly signed multiple deals, one with a sportswear giant, one with a top golf equipment company, and even a streaming service to document her training. One weekend, one event, one athlete, turned into a $1 million media frenzy. Meanwhile, back in the WNBA, crickets. Their season might have ended, but the tension didn't. Fans roasted them online, calling out their silence. The LPGA, of course, knew how to celebrate greatness properly. Cameras caught her swing. Fans lost their minds. Caitlin, that could be in, oh my god, shouted commentators. Laughter and disbelief erupted simultaneously. Even Ally, an outstanding point guard in her own right, had to pause and watch. That shot, perfect, landed on the green, rolled inches from the cup, and sent the crowd into hysteria. Commentators went silent, then chaos. Phones flying, hands clapping, screams echoing. Tiger Woods applauded. Caitlin Clark had broken the Pro-Am record, 13 under par. Think about that. Basketball to golf, dominating both. The WNBA, still hiding, still quiet. But the golf world, finally seeing what Caitlin's fans have always known. This woman isn't just a player, she's an event. Attention, money, hype, she brings it all. You don't mute that, you celebrate it. Caitlin handled it with style, as always. When asked about the silence from other players, she smiled. I'm focused on what makes me happy, competing, no matter the sport. Classic Caitlin, confident, cool, and unapologetically savage. Her parents watched from the sidelines, nodding knowingly. Her mom told reporters, every time she picks up something new, she gives her heart completely. Her dad laughed, we stopped being surprised a long time ago. Different sport, same ending. Caitlin walks in, breaks records, walks out like it's casual. Analysts couldn't hide their astonishment. We've seen two sport athletes, one said, but never like this. Caitlin Clark doesn't just try, she dominates. She doesn't chase fame, moments chase her. Golf, basketball, spotlight, nothing matters. She owns it all. And if you thought the story ended there, buckle up. What happens after the weekend, the fan frenzy, sponsor scramble, and internet meltdown, is about to turn this tale into a full-blown legend. The aftermath? Absolute pandemonium. Fans, sponsors, the sports world in general, it was like the internet collectively exploded. But Caitlin Clark didn't dash off to celebrate like most stars would. Nope. She stayed behind, signing autographs for wide-eyed kids, taking selfies, and even dropping a few golf tips. Hilarious if you think about it, considering she just picked up the sport. That's Caitlin's charm. She's never bigger than the moment just happens to be enormous because she's there. Reporters swarmed her like bees to honey. One brave journalist asked, how did it feel breaking a record on your very first try? Caitlin laughed, relaxed as ever. I didn't even know what the record was. Effortless greatness. No flexing, just pure, headline-making reality. Meanwhile, the golf world was crunching numbers. Merchandise sales skyrocketed overnight. Prom organizers revealed Caitlin's appearance raked in more revenue than the last 3 events combined. Sponsors were clamoring to sign her, billboards, commercials, everything tied to women's sports. And the kicker? The leading voices weren't basketball fans, they were golf fans. One comment on Golf Digest read, I've never watched women's golf before, but if Caitlin's playing, I'm tuning in. Another, finally, someone makes golf exciting again. That's the ripple effect she carries, entering a new sport and instantly pulling attention from everyone who never cared, not through flashiness, but by simply making competition irresistible. And while the LPGA celebrated her, the WNBA found itself simmering. The internet started tearing the comparison apart. Side-by-side screenshots popped up everywhere. LPGA praising Caitlin, WNBA players posting brand collabs and TikTok dances. The comment sections were brutal. One league was promoting talent, the other was promoting drama. You could literally feel the narrative shift. For months, the WNBA tried to control the Caitlin Clark storyline, limiting coverage.
Caitlin, that could be in. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Right from the hole. She's away! Caitlin! Wow. Are we sure it didn't go in? Like, I'm nervous. Is this like we're good? We're gonna call this a birdie? I don't think so. Oh!
Yes! That's huge. Great birdie.
Woo! Great birdie, great birdie.
One weekend of golf, more earnings than most WNBA stars make in their entire careers. Sports journalists dubbed it the Clark effect. Headlines screamed, "Every league wants Caitlin Clark." And can you blame them? Fans joked endlessly, "She might as well switch to golf full-time," one tweeted. Another, "Tiger better check his records if she does." Yet beneath the humor, the truth remained crystal clear. Caitlin isn't just great at sports. She's great at winning. That competitive fire follows her everywhere. It's contagious. You don't have to be a basketball fan or a golf fan. You just have to enjoy watching someone make excellence look effortless. And the reactions kept pouring in. Aya Wilson called it amazing. Patrick Mahomes labeled her monster. LeBron James reposted her hole-in-one clip. This girl different. Yet, in the corners of the WNBA, silence reigned. Not a single word from Aya Wilson, not a congrats from Angel Reese. Fans flooded social media with one question: why? Jealousy, pride, or sheer inability to handle someone else stealing the spotlight? Who knows? But Caitlin didn't care. She didn't need their applause. The crowd, the fans, the media, the entire sports world were cheering, and that was more than enough. Even as the weekend closed, one thing was undeniable: Caitlin Clark had transcended basketball. She had shattered expectations, rewritten crossover potential, and reminded everyone, real talent doesn't follow rules, it rewrites them. And for those watching closely, this was just the beginning. The aftermath? Absolute pandemonium. Fans, sponsors, the sports world, heck, even casual observers online, it was as if the internet had collectively short-circuited. But Caitlin Clark didn't dash off to celebrate like most stars would. Nope. She lingered, smiling, taking selfies, signing autographs for wide-eyed kids, and even tossing out golf tips. Hilarious, if you think about it, considering she had literally just picked up the sport. That's Caitlin's charm. She never overshadows the moment. The moment overshadows everything else because she's in it. Reporters swarmed like bees to honey, cameras flashing from every angle. One bold journalist asked, "How did it feel breaking a record on your very first try?" Caitlin laughed, calm as ever, "I didn't even know what the record was." Effortless greatness. No bragging, no pretense, just pure, headline-stealing reality. Meanwhile, the golf world was crunching numbers like mad. Merchandise sales skyrocketed overnight. Prom organizers revealed Caitlin's appearance alone raked in more revenue than the last 3 events combined. Sponsors were literally begging to sign her. Billboards, commercials, apparel campaigns, even tech tie-ins for women's sports. And here's the kicker: it wasn't basketball fans leading the charge, it was golf fans. One comment on Golf Digest read, "I've never watched women's golf before, but if Caitlin's playing, I'm tuning in." Another said, "Finally, someone makes golf exciting again." That's the ripple effect she brings. She steps into a new sport and instantly pulls everyone who never cared, not through flashiness, but by simply making competition irresistible. While the LPGA cheered her every move, the WNBA seethed quietly in the background. Side-by-side screenshots exploded across social media, LPGA praising Caitlin, WNBA players posting brand collabs and TikTok dances. The comments sections became a battlefield. One league was promoting talent, the other, drama. You could literally feel the narrative shifting. For months, the WNBA tried to contain the Caitlin Clark storyline, limiting coverage, downplaying her achievements, treating her like just another player. But now, there was no ignoring her. She wasn't just the face of basketball anymore. She was quickly becoming the face of sports entertainment as a whole. And who noticed first? Tiger Woods. In a post-event interview, he smiled, recalling her performance. "It reminded me of when I first broke through. Confidence, precision, and no fear. She has it." Coming from a man who rarely dishes out compliments, that was monumental. Hours later, private photos emerged of Tiger speaking with Caitlin near the clubhouse. No one knows exactly what was said, but whispers suggested he offered her a private training session, rarely extended to anyone. If true, Caitlin had officially entered the inner circle of elite golf. Then came the endorsements. Within 48 hours, Caitlin reportedly inked 3 massive deals, one with a golf apparel brand, one with a luxury watch company, and one with a beverage brand planning to make her the face of their global campaign. Combined value? Over $15 million. One weekend of golf, more earnings than most WNBA stars make in their entire careers. Sports journalists dubbed it the Clark effect. Headlines screamed, "Every league wants Caitlin Clark," and can you blame them? Fans joked endlessly, she might as well switch to golf full-time, one tweeted. Another, Tiger better check his records if she does. But behind the jokes, the truth was undeniable. Caitlin isn't just great at sports, she's great at winning. That competitive fire follows her everywhere. It's contagious. You don't have to be a basketball or golf fan to appreciate her, you just have to watch someone make excellence look effortless. Reactions kept pouring in. Aya Wilson called it amazing. Patrick Mahomes labeled her monster. LeBron James reposted her hole-in-one clip. This girl different. Yet in the corners of the WNBA, silence reigned. Not a single word from Aya Wilson, not a congrats from Angel Reese. Fans flooded social media with one question: why? Jealousy, pride, or simple inability to watch someone else steal the spotlight again, who knows? But Caitlin didn't care. She didn't need their applause. The crowd, the fans, the media, the entire sports world were cheering, and that was more than enough. Even as the weekend wound down, one truth became crystal clear. Caitlin Clark had transcended basketball. She had shattered expectations, rewritten what crossover potential even looked like, and reminded everyone, real talent doesn't follow rules, it rewrites them. She had proven that no matter the sport, the game changes when Caitlin shows up. And for those watching closely, this was only the beginning. The stage was set, the spotlight was hers, and the world had no choice but to pay attention.